Today I'll be showcasing my DIY truck camper. So it's on a 2015 Chevy Silverado dual cab with the base model. I have an RE ARE camper on the back here, and I got these kind of special man door on the back, which you can get through ARE, which is really nice. Really enjoy that. I'll start off with showing you guys the dual battery system under the hood. The nice thing about these trucks is they come with a second battery tray under the hood right here. So that's my auxiliary battery, which I run all my camping supplies off of. This is the starter battery that comes with the truck. So basically the way these things are connected is the positive of this battery is connected to the positive of that battery. The negative of this battery is connected to the negative of that battery. The negatives you have to connect in these newer trucks so that there's a voltage sensor basically, so that your truck can properly read the voltage in both batteries. And it also allows the alternator to charge both batteries sufficiently. And between the positives, I have this little guy right here, which is called a battery isolator. And basically all it is a switch, and this yellow wire goes into the fuse box so that when I turn the ignition on, it's connected to a fuse that turns on when the ignition turns on. So when I turn the ignition on, it connects both batteries together, so the alternator will charge both batteries while the truck's running. But when I disconnect it, when I turn the ignition off, it disconnects both batteries, allowing me to only run off this battery when I'm camping and using lights and music and all that. It allows me to basically drain this battery without affecting my starter battery at all, so I can always start the truck. You want to make sure that you're fused on both sides of this isolator, just so that you're protecting everything from over surging. These fuses basically protect everything from getting an overcurrent. And yeah, you also do want to make sure that you have a smaller wire in this connected to the ground, which is what I've done, just so that you're grounded basically. It's a safety measure. So we'll move on from that and we'll move to the back. Actually, so this is right in here is where my power comes in from the dual battery. I'll actually go back and show you guys where it comes in through here, because it's kind of hard to see it in there. So basically my positive runs into there through this little guy right here. That was probably the hardest part of installing this whole dual battery system, is this thing has a little kind of nub on it, I guess I would say, which you can cut the end off. And then the best thing you can do is put dish soap in there, and that allows you to push this cable through. The thing that sucks with this is it's dual-sided, so it's the same on this side as it is on the other side, and there's a big kind of pocket in the middle. So it takes a little bit of time to try and get those two holes lined up so that you can get the cable through them. But if you just stick with it, you'll be able to do it no problem. So that's that. The cable comes through here. I have it running under the board. The thing with these boards is there's actually there's this top layer and there's actually a box underneath, which I ran the cable through, and it runs through there. Got my hiking boots and some windshield washer fluid, and it runs through here, all the way up here, and then you can probably see it just comes up there, and comes up through here, and to the inverter. It goes under there. That's where all my wiring is. I'll move in the back and show you guys that in a bit. And then the ground from that just comes back through here, and it actually comes right to where my tire replacement package is. And the nice thing is they have this little bolt here is completely, it's not painted, so it's a really nice ground that you can have your power going back on. And the nice thing is I don't even have a nut under there, so if I ever want to be working on my electronics, don't want to fry anything out, I just undo that, take my ground off, and then I'll have no continuous circuit, so I'll be able to work on stuff. We'll move to the back here. Made this little step at work. Unfortunately, I did back into a pole the other day, so I got to straighten that out. And the nice thing about these ARE back doors that you can get, they have this man door, but you can also undo these little clips in here, and undo this and this, and then the whole thing opens up just like a van door. So I love that. You get some nice fresh air in, and it also allows me to move this bed in and out. I made everything in here to be super easy to take in and take out, just because I still want to be able to use my truck to haul stuff when I need to. So this wooden frame, my longboard's under there. It's just a simple wooden frame. I upholstered it with some cheap fabric from Fabricland. And what holds it in is just this little rope attached to the tie-down hook in the side of the box there. And the this back to the couch is not connected to anything. So when me and my girlfriend want to sleep in here together, it just rolls right over into the little spot right there. Go down if I didn't have so much stuff in the back there, but that's super easy. Makes everything simple. My table here is just a piece of cabinet wood with a 2x4 on it, and I've actually screwed it to one of these clamps that hold the topper down. And basically what I did that is I drilled 2 holes in the top of this and threaded them to fit these bolts, and then that holds it all in place. So over here I have my 1000-watt inverter that's connected to the dual battery. I also have the normal car outlets. There's a USB plug on both of those. And this is where all my wiring is. This switch is just to turn on those car outlets. The nice thing about these inverters is they'll actually show me my voltage and what power I still have left in my battery. So I love that. It's all wired under here. I have a little fuse box that I bought, a little grounder bar that everything's grounded to. And all this stuff I just got off Amazon. I'll have links in the description below. So if you guys want to pick up any of this stuff for your own project, you can go ahead and do that. And I also have these LED light bars, come with this remote. Got all sorts of different colors. Turn it green, blue, white. You can change the brightness, and there's also like, you can make it go all crazy and flashy and stuff. Those are actually really cheap. I believe they were only like 30 bucks or something. You have to make sure for the DC ones, but I'll make sure that the one in the description below is the DC. And this is just roadside assistance bag. This is my ski patrol bag for when I'm ski patrolling. It's just got medical supplies in it. Sleeping bag, a little USB fan, slack line. Oh, and you guys probably noticed this already. I actually removed the window out of the back of my truck, which is actually pretty easy to do. You just buy a window removal tool from like an auto parts or tool store. and it's just a little kind of blade with a hook on it and a pull handle, and that's just to cut the silicone out of the back of the window, and the window just pops right out. And I have this little thing called a boot, which basically connects, it's just push on, it connects my topper to my to the back of my truck, basically. I have that also in the description. It's really nice. I did have to kind of cut it just to get it to fit right, and that's all siliconed. One thing I would recommend if you guys are doing a DIY camper that uses a topper, I would recommend getting you've probably noticed on the outside that it's actually higher than the roof of my truck, which I would recommend to anyone, because if I had gone with one that's lower, I'd be sitting like this. So it's really nice having that extra little bit of headroom, because it's like, you can see me standing straight up, I'm pretty much like a few inches, so like my tall friends, their heads are just barely brushing the surface, but for me it's perfect. So definitely would recommend getting that extra few inches of room. But I think that's all for this showcasing of my DIY truck camper. So have a good day, everyone, and best of luck to your own project. See ya.